So do you do throwbacks? You know, throwbacks, oldies, play records from way back. Do you tell old jokes? Do you do Throwback Thursdays on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and, the interwebs? Do you do the throwback thing? Do you like the throwback thing? I do. The older you get, the more you think about the past. Well, I was thinking about that the other day, in fact, on a Thursday, when Throwback Thursday was a thing on Facebook, and I realized that my career, my success, my place in the universe wouldn't be what it is without throwbacks. Let me be more specific. Hi, it's Bill. It's Creative License. And thanks again for being a part of the Little Dog and Pony Show. Thanks for being nice to the sponsors, Electro Voice, Promo Only, DJ Event Planner, Perfect Portals, the Disc Jockey News, and my workshop, The Entertainment Experience. So throwbacks, what I mean by throwbacks is, what do you and what have you thrown back, right? I'll give you an example of what I mean, because I knew what I wanted to be when I was growing up. My first job in entertainment was radio. I was 12. I got a job doing that. I learned about it. I got excited by it. Everything I did was to do more radio, to learn more about radio, to be more, just to be more, right? I loved the idea that radio was this art form that didn't seem to have any end, right? Well, as I went on, and I worked at it, and sometimes I worked at it for, 50, 60 hours a week. Didn't do much of anything else. And I moved my way through different places in the world, even got kind of close to a major market. But what didn't happen was that radio didn't really change. And after a while, you kind of figure it out. And then the teachers you have and the program directors and the people that are trying to bring you forward into radio, they're not really showing up with anything else. So you got this, right? I got this at age 26. I got this. Now what? I wasn't making very much money. I wasn't getting a lot of accolades. I wasn't really in a situation where I could do anything more to create a bigger impact with the art form that I had chosen. But I knew I was still an artist. I knew I still had something to contribute. But when you give all of your focus to the one thing, well then, what else can you contribute? So I, in essence, threw it back. Here's the fish that I caught out of the river, radio. And it was great, and it was huge, and I showed it off to everyone. And at some point, the fish wasn't so big anymore. I wasn't excited about it anymore. I wasn't proud of it anymore. So, to make room for another fish, I had to throw it back. To make room for other possibilities in my life as an actor, as a performer, as an artist, I had to throw this one back. And that's what happened. The moment I threw that back, I gave it up, in essence. Other opportunities began to show up. I had other places where I was able to use my gifts and training to be able to make an impact as an artist. And I began to grow again. I began to see what was possible. And that's where I think many of us get stuck, right? We get this thing that we do, we get really, really good at it, at least in our eyes, maybe even in the eyes of others. And then what? You've got this thing you're going to do every single day? Didn't you get into DJing or artistry because you didn't want to sit behind a desk and do the same thing every single solitary day? Well, I think many of us are stuck with that. We figured this out. So now, what do? Well, let me put out the suggestion that what you need to do is throw it out, right? Throw back the thing you have so that you can be open of the possibility of something that might be new, something that might be greater, something that you may be able to contribute in the world with the gifts and talents that you have. Or be open to the possibility that there are other talents that you can work on to be able to get better at. So that all of a sudden what you're doing now has changed. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to give up DJing or being a florist or being a landscaper or whatever that is. But if you can throw back what you think you know about it, you leave yourself open of the possibility that there's something more. And you will not grow. You will not get better. You will not create something unique and different if you don't, in essence, throw back what you think you have and open yourself up to something else. I might be a little broad today. It might be a little esoteric today, but that's what I'm thinking about. What do you think? Put it down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Until next time, this is Bill, and this is Creative License.